A single moment on the world's biggest music stage has changed or shifted the mood of African music, ladies and gentlemen. A win was actually announced. A name was actually called. Cheers filled the room, ladies and gentlemen. But far away, millions of fans felt something very different. Okay, pride mixed with shock, joy mixed with anger, and of course, a celebration turned into debate. The Grammys 2026 became more than an award night, ladies and gentlemen. It became a test of unity, patience, and of course, respect across Africa's music space.
The Grammy goes to Push to
Wow,
Start.
I think she deserves it, right?
Tyla.
She deserves it.
Congratulations. I will accept this Grammy on Tyla's behalf. Thank you.
Guys, this is insane. Like, first of all, shout out to all the young African guns out there. All the African creatives, like, shout out. Like, this is crazy. I'm so excited to see more of us over here. Yeah, I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my label, management, these girls right over here. Like, we literally did push a start. So I'm so happy. I want to shout out F4. My family back home, my brother's here somewhere, and yeah, I'm just so excited and I'm so blessed, and this is an insane 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Exactly.
2 out of 2. Never mind. I'm speaking to my. Okay, 2 out of 2.
2 years ago, you won this category when it was first created. And how does it feel to be back here, but with Push to Start, especially seeing the way the world has embraced it?
Ooh. Honestly, Push to Start is such a special song. Like, from the moment we heard it, we knew that it was going to be magical. Like, the visuals, the creative, like, everything was just, it just landed perfectly. We were on a flow state.
Dangerous. Tenderism. Loving the vibe. Well, you deserve this. You all do. So congratulations and enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Soak it up. I know that's right.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thank you so
Good to
much.
see you. Here, we'll take that one off your hands. Yeah. They'll send you yours. Yeah.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? At the 2026 Grammy Awards, South African was no singer or artist Tyla won the awards for Best African Music Performance. Her song "Push to Start" stood above strong, entries from some of the Africa's biggest stars like Davido, Burna Boy, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees included Nigeria's Burna Boy with "Love," Davido with "You," Ira Star, and of course Wizkid with "Gimme That," and Andy Kenzo with Mehran, Martin on "Hope and Love." Ladies and gentlemen, the category was actually filled with talent, but only one name could be called. Guess what? Tyla's win marked her second victory in this category, ladies and gentlemen. She first won in 2024 with her global hit song called, Water. That earlier win introduced her sound to a wider world, ladies and gentlemen. This new win confirmed her staying power. It showed or demonstrated growth, focus, and of course global reach. For many fans across Africa, ladies and gentlemen, this was a proud moment for the continent of Africa. Tyla's journey has been steady. She rose from South Africa with a fresh sound that makes pop, a piano, and of course a soft rhyme. Her music crossed borders, ladies and gentlemen, so fast, but she actually built a global fan base whilst staying rooted in African style, ladies and gentlemen. Her Grammy wins reflect years of work, not sudden luck, ladies and gentlemen. But while celebrations or happiness spread, anger also grew. Yes, some Nigerian fans reacted with deep frustration, ladies and gentlemen. They believed Nigerian artists were unfairly ignored. Many fans, ladies and gentlemen, felt pain, not because Tyla won, ladies and gentlemen, but because their own stars didn't, Online spaces filled with, heated words, emotions, ran high, national pride became loud. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Davido, one of Africa's most famous and illustrious artists, was at the center of this storm, ladies and gentlemen. Davido's, career spans over a decade. He helped push Afrobeat to global stages. His music filled arenas and, of course, charts. His loss felt personal to many fans who followed his journey, ladies and gentlemen, so far. By the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen, a new claim began to spread online. Some angry fans said Davido was so hurt that he vowed to boycott or walk away from the Grammys. This claim, ladies and gentlemen, did not actually come from the Davido himself, okay? So note that it came from sections of his fan base, ladies and gentlemen. At this stage, it remains alleged and of course unconfirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, to understand the reaction or response, it helps to understand the artists involved and what they actually represent. Tyla represents a new wave, ladies and gentlemen. She is young, she is global. Her music blends, okay, or mixes African rhymes with, modern pop sound. Her rise shows how African music keeps, changing or shifting whilst still staying true to its root. Her Grammy success, ladies and gentlemen, reflects careful growth and of course international appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, Davido also represents, endurance, okay. He entered music at a time when African artists struggled for global respect. Over the years, ladies and gentlemen, he helped open doors. His songs traveled far. His name became a symbol of Afrobeat success. For many fans, ladies and gentlemen, his journey feels like a shared journey. But guess what? Burna Boy represents depth, okay? His music often speaks about Africa's past, pain, and of course pride. He already holds Grammy recognition. His fans believe his artistic weight, okay, deserve constant or consistent reward. Ira Star represents youth and of course growth, ladies and gentlemen. She rose, okay, fast but worked hard. Her collaboration with Wizkid showed trust between generations. Wizkid himself is a pioneer who helped take Afrobeat worldwide. Andy Kenzo represents East Africa, ladies and gentlemen. His nomination showed the wide reach of African music beyond West and of course Southern Africa. His presence matters for balance and of course inclusion. The Grammys are judged, okay, by voting members, ladies and gentlemen. Choices are based on sound, impact, and of course industry standards. These decisions often create joy for some and of course pain for others. Loss does not actually erase talent, ladies and gentlemen. Winning does not actually reduce others. After the announcement, social media became loud, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, some voices crossed lines. Some fans or people actually forgot respect. Music pride turned into national anger, ladies and gentlemen. This shows how deeply people care, ladies and gentlemen. It also shows how fast emotion can actually replace patience. Reports began to circulate saying Davido vows to boycott, okay, Grammys. These words, ladies and gentlemen, spread quickly. Headlines formed, videos followed, but fact remained thin. Ladies and gentlemen, no official statement came from Davido. His team state was not silent on this. Fans play a powerful role in music, ladies and gentlemen. They stream songs, they attend shows, they attend artists. Their voice matters, but with power comes duty. Anger can actually speak louder than truth itself, ladies and gentlemen. In moments like this, unverified claims grow fast, okay? Now, saying that an artist vowed to walk away from an award show is serious. Such claims, ladies and gentlemen, can actually affect careers, partnerships, and of course public trust. Davido has faced lawsuits before. He has also won major awards, ladies and gentlemen, before. His career shows patience and of course focus. Jumping to conclusions does not actually honor that journey, ladies and gentlemen. Artists, okay, often or always see awards as part of a bigger good, ladies and gentlemen. Wins encourage or urge them. Lawsuits teach them. Silence sometimes protect peace. Fans must actually allow artists space to speak, okay, for themselves. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, it is important or essential to repeat one fact clearly. There is no confirmed statement from Davido saying he will actually boycott, the Grammys, ladies and gentlemen. The claim remains alleged, shared by some angry fans online, not by the artist himself, ladies and gentlemen. Moments like this teach values, respect matters, truth matters. Music should actually unite and not divide. Now, Africa's strength is in its shared success, not internal fight. If you actually find this breakdown or analysis very helpful and very calm, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course turn on notifications, okay? This support helps us to bring you more clear and calm analysis like this from our continent of Africa. The 2026 Grammys will actually be remembered, ladies and gentlemen, not only for who won, but for how people reacted. Tyla's win, okay, stands as a personal victory and a national achievement. It reflects the discipline and of course global connection. Davido's loss does not actually erase his legacy, ladies and gentlemen. Burna Boy, Ira was no star, Wizkid, and of course Indy Kenzo remain powerful voices. So one award night does not actually define a lifetime of what's not work, ladies and gentlemen. The phrase Davido vows, okay, to boycott the Grammys, remains part of a public talk or statement. But ladies and gentlemen, until Davido speaks himself, it stays in the space of allegation, not facts, okay? Responsible reporting or analysis respect that line. African music is growing. Global eyes are watching, ladies and gentlemen. How fans behave matters mostly. How stories are also told matters, ladies and gentlemen. Calm truth builds respect. Loud anger destroys trust, ladies and gentlemen. Awards will actually come and of course go. Music will actually remain forever. Unity will actually decide how far Africa's sound travels. Thank you for staying with us till this was part of the video.